Interesting article here on the F1 Chronicle about Max Verstappen, about how his demeanour has changed amid the crisis really at Red Bull in terms of their overall pace, going from the fastest car, without question, of any car on the grid, to being kind of like third, fourth fastest. Apparently he's seeming a lot more sad now. But let's have a look what's going on here. So, full article on the F1 Chronicle as always, guys, you know how we do on here. So, Max Verstappen's demeanour and racing style has changed amid the declining performance and internal management issues at Red Bull. That's the assessment of 1997 world champion Jacques Villeneuve. Jacques, of course, is weighing in with his opinions on this, but let's see if he's right around this. He has noted that the triple world champion seems very depressed. I miss the usual aggressiveness, the will to fight that we know from him, the French-Canadian was quoted as saying. Even on the radio, you can hardly hear him anymore. Something's changed. Villeneuve thinks that it's also very unusual that Verstappen's teammate Sergio Perez has also suddenly closed the big performance gap between them and was consistently faster at Baku. Well, apparently the reason why he was faster was because A, it was Baku, it's probably his best track on the calendar, and B, apparently Verstappen had some setup issues as well. That's the official line from Red Bull and Verstappen, so take that with a pinch of salt if you wish. And former Formula 1 champion as well, Damon Hill, who was a teammate at Williams to Villeneuve, he has agreed with him and he said the following: I don't always agree with Jacques. Nobody always agrees with Jacques, he told Sky, but often I can't help it. It's almost like Max is accepting it. I expect him to react much more indignantly? Basically being a bit more like, yeah, I'm not accepting this, I am. Basically what he was like in Hungary, saying this is terrible, this is rubbish, you've put in a crap strategy and all this and that. And that is what he's like normally, but he's not like that at the moment. Because he's not competitive. Normally he says he won't accept it if something isn't right. What does this mean if it's true, Hill wonders. Over the Azerbaijan Grand Prix weekend, rumours emerged that Verstappen's father Jos and Toto Wolff may have shaken hands on a 2026 move to Mercedes for Max, amid a new swirling set of rumours that Aston Martin could be another option. I don't think it'll be for 26. I can see him going somewhere for 27. I can see him going to Aston Martin for 27, and that's a rumour I've already covered in another video. So yeah, look up that one if you're not already. I think it's a really interesting rumour. The Mercedes one, I don't know about that. Mercedes obviously tried to sign Verstappen when he was a kid before he joined Red Bull, and they feel like they've missed out. They feel like they've got unfinished business when it comes to him, but we'll have to see what happens. The press even noticed a mood shift for Verstappen last weekend, with Gazzetta dello Sport declaring that the Dutchman is becoming anonymous in Grand Prix. Yeah, he's just sort of there, isn't he, at the moment? He's not taking things by storm, he's not making a big kind of fuss and stuff. I mean, you might argue that it's a good thing that he's not doing that. You know, it's a more calmer mental state that might allow him to actually perform better, but I don't know. I was on the fence about that one. La Repubblica also thinks he has never been so bad. Interesting. Max in crisis and sad, another analyst at La Gazzetta added. Former F1 driver and fellow Dutchman Christian Albers told De Telegraaf newspaper that he isn't sure if Verstappen's handling the performance crisis very well. I don't know the approach after qualifying in the races is good. I understand that everyone wants to be honest, and Max is of course a lot younger, but I always saw that with Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton, is that they embrace the team more. Meanwhile, as Red Bull struggles to catch up with the F1 frontrunners, it emerges that the team has abandoned plans to run custom liveries in Singapore and Austin due to concerns about the weight of the different paint. Oh my goodness me. Nobody at Red Bull can point out exactly where the problem is, said Coronel on Viaplay. Max points it out a bit, but it's certainly not a problem that can be resolved in one go. And apparently they have found, well, Max has discovered the issue, but Red Bull have yet to actually solve it or identify it on the car. So yeah, it's not looking great for Max. I've noticed that as well. Apparently he was very quiet throughout the entire race in Baku. Barely said a word during the whole Grand Prix, which is not like him at all. You might say it as him being depressed, you might see it as him having a bad weekend, having a bad day. He's human at the end of the day, but yeah, interesting one. What do you think about Verstappen's mental state recently? Is it something that concerns you? Is it something that you think is going to improve soon or not? I have to say, it's really hard to say, and I think he's very much results driven when it comes to this. When he's doing better, he's feeling better, and he's, you know, more kind of active and vociferous, for lack of a better term. So let us know what you think about it in the comments below, guys. Are we imagining something here? Because, you know, some people might say we're imagining it, some people might say that we're got on the money with this. What do you think? What's your opinion? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course keep it subscribed to the F1Chronicle.com to see much more video content on F1 just like this.